Right, you know what? I'm getting interrupted so much that I'm just going to finish this video off upstairs, even though it's not a very good backdrop or anything. So, as I was saying, before I was interrupted again. So it's not the video bloody cutting off because of low space. It's my mum coming in and interrupting. So annoying. I don't know anybody who has this trouble. It's just it could only happen to me. Or maybe the odd funny compilation video thing on YouTube. So mine will probably be in there at some point because I get interrupted that many times by my mum coming in. So anyway, I was referring to stupid idiots walking by my wall, but I'm assuming that therians who watched that particular video assumed I was calling therians stupid idiots. But I was not. I was saying it about two passers-by who were acting like idiots. And it's just unfortunate that stupid idiots was the first thing I said to start out that video before proceeding to dance around wearing my therian gear and not talking or explaining myself at all. So, although I'm telling you a story about this stuff, it's kind of like teaching a lesson to sort of say, well, if anybody acts unconventionally, but dressing like a therian and stuff, or calling themselves a therian or whatever, near as damn it, if they call themselves a therian, which I guess I didn't in the video, but the video was probably titled that. Don't judge them if you think, oh, they're probably taking the piss. Don't just assume that they are taking the piss. They might just be new therians that don't know. I'm not going to say, like, they don't know how to act or how to dress or whatever and don't know the ropes of therianness. I'm just going to say that the people, like I say, that assumed I was posing, they were the ones who just assumed, and they were in the wrong. I wasn't in the wrong because I didn't know that I had to explain myself. I didn't know there were rules about what you should and shouldn't wear, and how big your tail should be. I didn't know there were bloody rules about that. So I'm not saying they were in the right, but I am saying that I guess I sort of get why they mistook my earlier therian videos for being me being fake or whatever. I had quite a lot of judgmental people saying that my tail was too long. Nobody actually said that I was fake or making fun of them, but they weren't really clear as to why they were so upset. So I thought they were just common bullies sort of having a go at the way I was acting, dressing, so on and so forth. But I think probably, I can't remember exactly, but I think someone must have explained it to me that people thought that I was a poser and that I was taking the piss. Somebody, the one that was having a go at me did come back and did apologise and say, I'm sorry, I thought you were one of those poser type people. So to someone like me, someone who's new to the therian community, will just think that therians are judgmental and nasty just like everybody else. Because don't forget, I went from like being amongst normie like kids at the time who were judgmental. So I went from that thinking, oh, this therian community is going to be more up my alley. They're going to be nicer to me because I'm one of them. I'm going to fit in here. But then, get bullied as well here. And it just doesn't look good to someone like me who was at the time was new to the therian community. How I got treated was not really, like I say, it didn't make the therian community look good. It just made them look like a bunch of bullies, just like the bullies I had to deal with, the normie bullies, the non-therian bullies from around here. So it just doesn't look good. It doesn't feel good. They're just acting like regular bullies, and that's never good. In whatever community you go in, just because they deemed what I was doing to be not right or whatever, wrong, unacceptable, even though I wasn't actually doing anything wrong. I was just dressing how I wanted to dress, just being a bit silly, being a bit joyful, being a bit whimsical. That was it. But at the time, I just thought, and I kind of did distance myself from the therian community at the time, because I figured, oh, they're too stuffy, they're too serious, they're too You know, therians are too. So just like they got the wrong idea about me, I got the wrong idea about the therian community as a whole, like the people, the therians themselves. I just assumed, no, that they're just fuddy-duddies, they're stuffy, they're too serious, you have to dress a certain way, you have to act a certain way. You know, you can't be, and one girl said, oh, you can't be a furry and a therian, so they were judging me for being a furry as well, because apparently therians for some reason have beef with furries, even though I now know that there are furries, because I follow one like DP, or is it PD? Pink Dolphin, PD, sorry. PD I follow, who is both a furry and a therian. Nobody has told... I actually don't know what sort of gender this person is going with. So I actually don't know. He or she. Forgive me if I'm ignorant. I'm not really sure. I'm going to say she, but I think she probably... It's just easier. She probably has a video maybe explaining her gender and pronouns, but I've not seen one, so I actually don't know. Now you can't judge someone for not knowing. You know, I don't know any different, so I'm just gonna say she, because I get the impression she's a she, like biologically, perhaps not mentally, perhaps she is non-binary or trans or whatever, possibility, but just because I don't know, just for ignorance sake right now, I'm just going to say she, because I don't know yet, but I will find out. In fact, I'm going to ask, probably next time I comment. I've found a new video of her, so I'm going to ask. So in future I can get it right. Because I personally, or maybe biologically female, but I can explain now that I do go by male pronouns, because I identify as male. I am trans male, and also gender fluid, so yeah. So now you guys know if you weren't sure about me. But I don't know about PD. I'll try and use the name as much as I can rather than pronouns right now. But it does sound a bit weird if you just keep saying the name over and over again, but when you've already mentioned it. So, I will try. Anyway. Squirrely thing. Oh, it's so cute. I just found that somewhere. Oh my god, it's so tiny. So, what was I saying? Oh yes, so PD is a furry and a therian. Nobody has a go at her for being so. And just recently, in my recent videos, I have mentioned being a furry and a therian. No one's had a go at me, so I don't know what that was about back then. Like I say, I just must have attracted all the more judgmental people. So I'd say that was kind of ignorant as well. Like, ignorant to say you can't be two things. Like, there's a lot of people that can be two things. It's like me saying I'm both gender fluid and transgender. You know, you can be both. And to say you can't be both is quite ignorant. So, I can't remember if that's the person who apologised, though, or not. Because this person might have apologised for that as well. Like, the whole thing. But, to be honest with you, whoever it was, I do think was just saying it for the sake of being a bully. And doing it for the sake of just picking on me for some reason. You know, to criticise me, that's the word I'm looking for. Not bully per se, but criticise just because they wanted to criticise me for any reason they could. Because it's not important. I mean, you know, what's it to you if I am both a furry and a therian? I mean, it doesn't really affect you. And there's no law against it. There's no rules against it. It's just that you personally might have a problem with furries. That's what I suspect, is that they had a problem with furries. I'd say the difference is that furries are more whimsical and they don't take it so seriously, like therians are more serious about it. And I get it, especially when they have a lot of experience with people being posers and people pretending to be a therian to make fun of therians in general. So I guess they just see videos like that and they become sort of judgmental of any new therian, and they just assume that they're taking the piss, so they're quite hard on them at first maybe. But I'm just telling you guys that that's not really the way to be. Even if you're a seasoned therian who's been a therian for years and knows, you think you know what one is and you know the ropes and stuff, it's not right to judge someone who might be new, who might not